Good morning, good morning. It's your girl. And yeah, I got on my Marvin Gaye today. Whew, I got a doozy of things to tell you today. Just stay tuned. This is going to be a good one. Maybe a little long, but it's going to be good. I promise you that. Alrighty, people. This right here is crazy. What I'm about to tell you is just me going down a couple of rabbit holes. I ain't go all the way because yeah, I couldn't see myself continue to go down like that. But let's just start with this. So the kid Chuck, right? We'll start there. The kid Chuck, ever since he was in high school and like in college, he was in the junior college, there was a man, multi-millionaire, maybe even billionaire, that seen him and seen how strong he felt being a white nationalist, conservative. So the guy groomed him to be who he had become and gave him $4.7 million to start his own agenda called Turning Point. So anything you see Turning Point is racist as shit. I'm just saying. Let's just be honest. So now this happened in like 2011, 2012, right? So fast forward to 2019, pre-pandemic. A guy named Nick Fuentes who was in a group or followed a group that was called Identity Europia, right? What it means, I don't know. So he used to antagonize Chuck and his group, Turning Point. But Chuck just like, whatever. Because this is where Chuck took off like they'd never seen before, right? So for the last 5 years, Chuck was spewing the hate that he spewed, and they were too, but they couldn't follow him because, as they say, Chuck wasn't radical enough. That's funny that he says that because Chuck got a lot of laws passed. He watched a lot of things happen that weren't cute. He's part of that affirmative action thing. He's part of the 300,000 black women losing their jobs. And they didn't even have regular jobs, you guys. They actually had jobs that didn't deal with corporate because corporate didn't want them there. That's why corporate wasn't doing so well, is what I'm saying. I don't know how much better they could have been. But I digress. Anyway, these women were in the public sectors, and this is where they attack next. And that's why right now the public sectors are down because most of the people can't do their job, is what I'm saying. Now let's get back to the story. So the reason why Chuck was killed is because this other group led by a guy named Nick Fuentes didn't like him enough, said he wasn't radical enough, that he got him in the right spot. Even though now they're both basically on the same team. They're on the same team, y'all. It's hilarious as shit. They're on the same team. They think the same way. They are both a white supremacist, misogynistic, homophobic, anti-Semitic, anti-black, anti-woman, anti-everything. They Islamophobic. You know what I'm saying? And they denied that the Holocaust even happened. Yeah, those are the guys you're sticking up for. Those are the guys that are getting treated like something special. For all the whack ass teams, sports teams, especially the NFL, for all of those teams, and I'm talking about the Saints, the Chiefs, the Titans, the Cardinals, the Dolphins, and my team, the Cowboys, middle finger to all of you guys. Giving a guy a moment of silence. Have y'all forgotten what happened to Kaepernick? Did y'all see what they did to Kaepernick? And this is what the the statement was, and I quote, "Politics have no place in sports." They should have said, if they're about anything than white issues, unless you have a white face. That's what they should have said, because that's what it is. So now you got these two guys beefing, right? Nick Fuentes hasn't even been taken into custody and questioned. White people are so mad it's another white man that killed another white man. Hello? What you think the Civil War was? That was white on white. crime. Both of these guys, whether you want to say it or not, they're organized gangs. I said it. White nationalists, any of those things, you're a gang. And the ones we see marching looking like grown ass Boy Scouts, you know who those are? Your senators. Those are almost all the police officers. That's all y'all. We know. Your judges, your attorneys. It's a shame we got to watch out for all of y'all. And you worried about us? No. So they're also called Nick Fuentes group. The other gang is called Groypers. Groypers. Now, let me give you background. This is the rabbit hole I went down. In this rabbit hole, do you know that it's really just prison life with money? Let me explain. The Groypers are basically gay men on the down low, on the black web, because the shooter, they don't want to say, left a letter for his lover, who is femboy, okay? A dude who is not masculine enough to be a man and not soft enough to be a woman. Yeah, you got a femboy. So you know where I'm going. It was an underground gay circuit that hated everything, even themselves. Boom, right? You think I'm making it up? Go look for yourself. It is the wildest thing ever. I had to get out because I was like, wait a minute. If people are gay, so what? You gay. No big deal. But when you are so mad at yourself, sounds like they need to talk to a therapist. That's what I'm saying. It ain't nothing wrong with being gay, but it is to them. So hear this out. Now, this is the wild part. So they even have women who are not feminine enough to be women, and they are now males. So I guess they're femboys too. So all of these guys, have you seen their pictures? I know. I know. You don't have any words for it. So I equate it to prison. Let me tell you, it's a guy I grew up with who once said in front of everybody, if you are the guy who is doing the act, you are not gay. But the person or the guy who's having the act done to him is gay. As a gay woman, they both gay. Gay is gay. It is what it is. See, I guess in every race they have their thing. Because black people, it's a sin. Hispanic people, it's a sin. You know what I'm saying? People of color, it's a sin, and they don't like it. So there's a lot of guys that hide who they truly are, which is sad because you should be who you are no matter what. That's just what it is. And the down low is the down low. So people know, right? But this is the deep, dark down low on the web. And these are young men, mind you, people. So they're talking through cartoons. I'm telling you, it's weird. You go ahead and look at it yourself because I couldn't get too deep in it because I felt like it's past Alice in Wonderland. It's past that. And you think these tough guys are tough guys. They're not. The guy who shot Chuck from 200 feet, look at him. Look at Chuck. They's all suckers. Let's be clear. All of these cats are suckers. They cannot fight. That's for sure. They can't. They can shoot a gun. You know why? Because they're rich ass parents. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You rich ass parents, that's all you know how to do. You do not know how to parent. It's apparent that you don't know how to parent because your sons are out here thinking this is a game, making people lose jobs over talking about somebody who was an extreme racist. Let me tell you something. There's no such thing as somebody being a man of God spewing hate. I don't care what you want to believe. That's bullshit. I don't know what God he was praying to, but it wasn't the God everybody else is praying to. See, white nationalists have their own God. That's what his name is, Lucifer. That's who they praying to because that's the only one that teaches hate. And for all you Christians out there, he was a Christian. No, he wasn't. Did he deserve to die in the fashion that he died? I guess not. But in the Bible that they wrote, if you live by the sword, you will die by the sword. And he was not for gun control, even though kids continue to get killed, all of this stuff. And gun control people didn't mean that they was trying to take away the guns. It's saying they wanted to make it harder to get them. Like make you go through a mental evaluation because guess what? Everybody on their side wouldn't have got it. And I checked out Joy Reid. I love this lady, right? Her, Don Lemon, and them, they just speak truth, right? So she was like, yo, y'all got everything. You got rid of DEI, affirmative action, got rid of old Chuck now. What else do you want? MAGA is still mad. Why? See, MAGA is a whole different type of game. They're not like either one of them. MAGA is grown pieces of shit, poor, ignorant, unintelligent. You heard the president said, intelligent people do not like me. He's right. We don't. So if you are on the side of intelligence, you understand what I'm saying. They've gotten every single thing they asked for, but they're mad. They still mad. It's like, okay, what else? Even though black people weren't involved, they continue to call black people out. Alley-oxen free. My people that played this know what that means. This country has two teams, and I'm not talking about a political line. I'm not talking about ethnicity, gender, because this is split down the line. Like Cat Williams once said, it's only two teams. It's God's team or whomever you pray to, and then it's that other team, Lucifer's team. Whose team are you on? Because we see the team they're on. We see the team that the government is on. Just today, the president got on TV, national TV, and basically incited another riot and actually the beginning to Civil War II. Nobody wants to see it, right? But it's going to happen, people, whether you like it or not. And I can't say this on my TikTok page because they're taking stuff down that's said by us at all. That's what the new thing is. That's what they're transferring to. Listen, watch how they're moving, people. I'm talking to you white people too. Because I know a lot of y'all not on that side of the Lucifer. Y'all not on Lucifer's side. It's a lot of you. You tired of racism. You tired of all of this. I am. Black people have never asked for any type of advantage in this country. Ever. We have worked hard. Actually, 10 times as hard as anybody white to do anything. Basic jobs. You have no clue. We got a government made up of podcasters. Kash Patel is an idiot. He stood behind the governor of Utah as he basically said he wished it was not somebody white. He wished it was not American. He wished it was from out of the country. We all know what he meant when he said that. Not out of the country, just not white. It's getting to that point. It's like you have everything, but now you want more. I was always taught this. Be careful what you ask for. Be careful. Because I could tell you right now, it's your choice. Everyone. You're going to have a choice and real soon. You better make that choice. When I said keep your head on the swivel the other day, that's why I'm saying it. Because now the president is calling it out again. He did it once, you guys. You forget? January 6th. Those are your ICE agents, people. Those are the illustrious ICE agents. So look, for this point on, if you are on the side of good and you want our country to get itself together, get back on track somewhat, and heal and become better, then you got to be on the side of good, which is whomever you pray to. But if you on that other side, the white nationalist, misogynistic, anti-black, you could go on that side with the rest of them. Because that's the side that bred old Chuck and bred Nick Fuentes also. And these Groypers. This is their logo right here. Yeah, that's how ugly the situation is. They even had their own meme coin. Remember the meme coin was going up? It's because of them. Young white males. Now let me tell you why they're so upset, because we haven't given them good job. They're looking for that. You know why? Because their parents were just there. They gave them everything they wanted. They didn't do any parenting at all. There's no love in those households. And this is why they start these gangs. Yeah, they're gangs. They start these gangs because there's no love. Just like all gangs, how they're started. Organized gangs are mafias, but they all started from that. The gangs did. Mafias are different. It's all about power. And they were trying to get it too, but they didn't have any real power. You just got these young suburban or rural country white kids. And this is not the poor white kids at that, you guys. These are not the poor ones. Couldn't be a groyper. They couldn't be one. They couldn't be down with the turning point. They had to have a little bit of money. So the poor ones are stuck being MAGAs. They're in that gang. See how many gangs we got here? Yeah, I think it's the Bloods and the Crips. If you notice, Our streets are quiet. We stay ready so we don't have to get ready. So since these kids didn't get the love from their parents that they wanted and needed, they became what they are now. What do you think the school shooters? Let me tell you what happened. Ever since black people, us, our ancestors, stopped watching yours, you became what your DNA says. Neanderthals. You acting just like it. Me? I don't hate anybody. I dislike this. I dislike people who teach hate. I have never cited hate. I say what I dislike. But you parents, you wealthy white parents, I'm going to need you to go to your sons, hug them, spend more time with them, see what's going on with them. Because you just buying them shit is not helping at all. There needs to be some guidance. I know you don't like to do it, but you should. And it's not, I can't even say that. I was going to say it's not all white parents. Yeah, it's not, I think. But it seems as though all the rich ones. One of the first and most memorable school shootings happened in 1999 in Columbine. I'll never forget what they said those two kids drove. One drove a BMW, new. The other one drove an Act, new. Parents never looked. Our parents used to go through our room. What you got here? What's going on? Don't bring nothing crazy in the house. These young men are looking for love, so much so that they're making their own gay rendezvous or deep, dark web hookups. Now, I'm not saying being a conservative is bad. Back in the day, those conservatives, yeah, they liked money more, but they also had humanity. They were for humanity. This whole administration is not for humanity at all. All they did is destroy. That's why Chuck is no longer here. It's because of them. It comes from this administration. If you don't believe that, then you're lost too. You probably should go on the Lucifer side of things. Look, whether we like it or not, we're coming to a time that is not so good. We're coming to a time that America hasn't seen in a long time, since the first Civil War. Well, the second one is on its way. Not I'm pushing it. The government is pushing it. Black people had nothing to do with any of this stuff. Everything I told you was white nationalists. But yet and still, they're coming for us. Nobody has an outcry. Even those people who talked about we should be, giving a moment of silence to Charlie. Say, what about the two black boys hanging from the tree with broken limbs? You think they got up 20 feet by themselves? No. And we're never going to find them. You know why? The people who did it, they're the same people that call themselves law enforcement, police officers. But when judgment comes around, you already know. Karma will come swift and hard. But with this Civil War, CCW2, they're thinking it's going to be easy. I'll say this. The numbers in this country of who's here and who's not are off a whole lot. I'm just saying. I still need you to get up. Yeah, you. Get up, get out, and stay ready because it's happening.